Now, over the last few videos, we've talked through something difficult, how people are dehumanized and how we are taught not to feel, and how societies create scapegoats to carry fear and blame. And if we're honest, it leaves us with a question. Is there any way out of this cycle? Because history suggests we keep repeating it over and over here. But the gospel, my friends, tells a different story. I don't know if you've ever looked at the story this way, but not just about forgiveness, but about restoration. Not just about sin, but about how we see people. Remember, Paul, he came to open the eyes of the blind. There's a moment in the Gospels that's easy to miss. Jesus walks by a tax collector. This man's name is Matthew. And in that culture, tax collectors weren't just disliked. They were seen as traitors. Not how the word is thrown around today, but I mean traitors. Benedict Arnold, they were seen as corrupt, unclean, complicit with oppression. They had a label, a reputation. They had their own category for people like this. And yet, when Jesus sees him, Jesus goes to him, Jesus sees him, he doesn't see a category. Go look at it. He saw a man. Jesus didn't call what he did. He called who he was. And Jesus says two simple words to this traitor category, all of those things. He says, follow me. No lecture, no condemnation, no distancing, just invitation. And in that moment, everything changes. I love that. Matthew wasn't looking for him. Jesus sought him out because someone finally saw him as more than just a label. And this isn't the only time that Jesus does this. He renames people. Simon becomes Peter, a rock, not defined by his past, but what God is restoring in him. Jesus calls people. He calls them daughter. He calls them son. He calls them friend. What intimate names, right? He gives them their humanity back. He gives them their dignity back. And where the world labels, categorizes, Jesus' name. And this is where it gets even more powerful, because Jesus doesn't just restore individuals. He exposes the system, this system of empire, the same pattern we talked about: blame, fear, scapegoated, categorizing. And all of that eventually lands on him. Now I want you to hear this. Jesus becomes the scapegoat, but refuses to pass the blame on to anyone else. And at the cross, something is exposed. Humanity's tendency to blame, to exclude, to destroy what we don't understand, to destroy what's different from us. And instead of retaliating, Jesus absorbs it all. Not to justify it, but to break it. So what does that mean for you and me today? If we follow Jesus, we don't get to participate in the old pattern of empire any longer. We don't get to reduce people to label. No. We don't get to ignore suffering. We don't get to choose scapegoat. As Christian people, followers of Jesus, we are called to see people the way he does, to name what the world ignores, to restore what has been stripped away. Because the question isn't just, do you believe in Jesus? The question is, do you see people the way he sees people?